So, the second gimbal test with 8mm carbon rods assembled in the frame. Currently holding it totally stable. Trying tilt compensation by moving it upwards and downwards. Resting it against my belly to ensure roll axis is stable. Moving it quite a bit faster, yanking it up and down. Okay. Well, looking from behind it, well, the little IMU control unit seems to be a little angled. Its mount somehow a little bit angled. There's just a drop of a glue under there, of hot glue, and on one edge is screwed into the frame, and that makes it angled quite a bit, like you can see on my pictures. I guess that's why it's well, it's accounting for the tendency to drift to the left, to get low on the left once I actually turn it. Otherwise, I'm really glad the way it stabilizes. Alright. Walking with it. Just trying to stay in a straight trajectory so you won't see these movements. It's not stabilized on a third axis, remember? So just trying my best to control that. Dang, you can hear those birds screaming. It's not singing, it's screaming around here. Darn birds wake me up every morning, but well, guess better to have birds around than not have them in tech nature and stuff. So well, try and roll axis right now. We'll try to do it without actually influencing the tilt axis, using both hands for it. Try to keep it stable, but it's pretty difficult to do. So right now I have 45 degrees roll to the left, around 45 degrees roll to the right. And 90 to the left. So right now I'm yanking it back and forth, 90 degrees to the right and to the left. I guess this is not something you are seeing on a hex or quadrocopter quite regularly, because well, it just won't be flying that way, right? So anyways, just trying to test it. Try to point it at myself. Let's see this. Okay, how it goes. So seems level now. Try to grab it a little bit further behind. Whoops. Lift it up. Sweep it down. Okay, seems good. Testing the alignment while it's sweeped upside, sweep downside. Hello. Trying it angled up. Trying it angled downwards. See how the roll axis keeps performing while still having tilt moving up and down. Okay. Now again stabilized against my belly. When looking from top of it, like posted in my pictures, it just doesn't seem quite to be a 90-degree angle. I don't know why it's slightly off, but I guess the Quaternium guys will figure this out and tell me if I got a defective module, or well, that's just the way it is assembled, since it sort of self-made device, and I'm still quite happy with the results I get. But anyhow, okay, so let's see again how it does stabilize while moving around. that sucks a little bit. I always have to well, hold it not straight, because when I hold it exactly straight from an on top view, the camera will be pointed slightly to the right side. So in order to have it exactly straight, I have to actually, yeah, hold it not like misaligned by 5 or 7 degrees to the left to get it straight. That's my dad planting some tomato plants in there. So let's just take a quick walk around the garden, I guess. See those bad boys over here? So we're expecting quite a few tomatoes from them this year. Last year they grew like 2.5 meters high, all the way up there to the rain collecting thingy, whatever you guys call it in English. It's not my native language, so bear with me. Okay, now I'll try to simulate a yaw move by actually holding the gimbal really close to its roll stabilization motor and try to keep that straight while moving the long backside, the other 28 centimeters of the carbon rods which are standing over, kind of like it was mounted to a tripod, right? So my left hand functions as the tripod yaw axis, and the right hand just turns it around by it. So this should be stable, at least I hope so, and the horizon should be stable. Alright, so what I'll do next is I'll grab it just at the very end, just where the battery is attached, and then move it a little bit quicker, do some yeah, panning around moves. Yeah, while doing this to the left, I think the horizon misaligns quite a bit. Okay, now it should be aligned again, as far as I can tell from looking at it from behind. But as soon as I start moving it over to the left here, oh yeah, you can clearly see it go way out of balance. Well, I hope this is because of the angle mounted IMU unit on top of the camera holding protector frame thingy. Okay, let's try this again. So this should be, oops, camera moved slightly. Alright, so this should be a perfect level horizon there. I'll move really slowly, it should contain that stable horizon. Okay, so once I move to the left, it's not stable anymore. I don't know why it is doing that, for a funny reason. When doing these movements, the IMU unit looks perfectly stable, whereas before it was slightly tilted. So maybe it's, yeah, it really has to do with that. And I can imagine it also has to do with the offset, since the frame of the gimbal is not really 100% rectangular shaped. It's just off by a few degrees, like you can see from my other photos, so bear with me for pointing this out. But anyhow, if I pay like 60 euros or 200 euros or 1000 euros, I think I can and should expect a 100% flawless product. And well, but I'm sure you guys will try to help me solve things and figure out how to get it working 100%. One thing I did notice was it's actually a German controller. Well, it says FPV community, which is fpvcommunity.de, our German forum. It's by Martinez, it's one of the users there, and on the back side it says Brushless Gimbal.de, and it's based on that German open source version. It has the micro USB connector in the side, so could you tell me if it was possible to put a different firmware on there, or further tweak it just a tiny bit, or at least tweak it by such a tiny amount that my footage will get stable? because when I get my Phantom back from China, hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks, I want to be able to take footage without the horizon, yeah, being out of alignment. Okay, anyways, the battery I got them back on here is still holding up. Used it for approximately 1 hour. I have not checked it yet, but I guess the average currency consumption isn't that much on this device. Well, so for now I'll shut up and just show you the footage, I guess. Alright. I'm walking a little bit faster than your average walking pace. Check out the backyard. Right, this is our backyard here. So I'll just do some quick panning around. Yeah, and around here it starts freaking out. This is when the when I hold it exactly 90 degrees. Oops. Uh-oh. It inverted. What the hell? I mean, now it's stable again, but it I inverted. Dude, that's freaky. This is also kind of cool feature, I guess, if you want to self-shoot your, well, or not. This is freaky. Jesus. Let's see if I can redo it. Oh, come on. Well, there we go. Stabilize yourself, little buddy. Okay, so there are clearly limitations on the axis. Once I pass around, yeah, well, 60 degrees, it starts acting really weird. So, but anyhow, I don't think it's an angle the copter will fly at. So let me run a few meters, trying to hold it as straight as I can. Okay, sweep it up and down this beautiful tree. And again, it will slide out of a stable horizon. Maybe I'm just expecting too much. Okay. Well, you can tell we're an Audi family. 3 of those sitting around. Looks fine. Okay, that's it, guys.